Welcome to the Grabowski Morning Show. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. Good morning on this fantastic Tuesday. How are y'all doing? I'm feeling I'm feeling like Norbit today. Happy Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. How y'all doing? Y'all come on in the building. I didn't even realize it was Tuesday. I'm like, what? Y'all come on in and have a seat. Good morning. We're certainly going to sing the good morning song, y'all. We got the Super Fro back in the building. We got on a white crop shirt with some gray leggings and some tan shoes, comfortable shoes. They sort of look like Crocs, but they're more like air bubble shoes. I'll say air bubble shoes. You guys, I have some wonderful products that I have tagged here in my morning live. Good morning, Monique. And you guys check them out. I got some Sephora's there. There are some Crocs. I think I got some Nikes. There's an iPhone that's high as a kite. That'd be great if somebody on this live purchased that iPhone. I think it's $1,299 or something like that. I got some more shoes. I got Walmart. It's some good stuff. So good morning, guys. Good morning. You guys come on and have a seat, and we're gonna get this morning show started. I always ask the question: did you guys have a good night's rest? And did you get up on the right side of the bed this morning? Did you rest well? Because it's important to rest your body, okay? And also to rest your mind. Good morning. Y'all come on in. It's 8 people in here, 2 thumbs. Don't forget to thumbs up the live on your way in here. There are 8 people in the bushes. Y'all come on. Good morning on this Tuesday. So, and then I want to say good morning to Mama because she's right over there. And there's a photo back there. Y'all come on and have a seat. Empaths have a dark side, and we want to talk about the empaths and the dark side today. Yeah, but that's going to be later on in the live. Yes, I did. I hope you did as well. Yes, I got some air conditioning. Yes, y'all don't hear the fan. Do you hear the fan? No, because the fan ain't here, girl. It's good and cold. And matter of fact, I caught some kind of, y'all, I need my nails done. Don't say nothing about that. When I leave the morning live sometime today, I don't know. But my intention is to get my nails done between today and tomorrow. But last night, it was so cold in here till I caught some type of cold and I had congestion. So I massaged my sinus muscles up in here, and then I was able to blow my nose and drain it. It was just too cold. Good morning. There are 16 people in the bushes. Is your hair waterfall? Don't know what that means. Good morning, science teacher. How are you doing? We're in the streaming app, guys. I want to say to the moderators, I don't want anybody blocked out of this live this morning. I don't care who it is, and I don't care what they say. We're streaming. But when we do our live later on today and we put on subscriber mode, then that's a different story. What are you doing? Good morning, Latchman. How you doing? Latoya Woods, good morning. We want to get into the morning song. I got all of this cotton on this morning. It's so cool in this house. I got some ribs in the oven. We're going to do a mukbang with some ribs. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button. There are 20 people here. Are y'all cortisol levels down? We'll make sure that Cheryl Grabowski does not raise your cortisol levels for nothing. Bye, and where are you from? I'm from North Carolina. That's where I'm from. I guess the notification will be sent out in a minute. We're going to talk about dark empaths, and we're going to talk about empaths needing to shut their empathy off in order to deal with toxic people and how you put them in their place. I'm from Nagaland. I don't know where that is. What's up, Shishin? How you doing, baby? Good morning, Missy Lou. Good morning. I know y'all might be at work And y'all know the early part of the week I'm always at home, but I'm working here on YouTube. I am monetized here on YouTube, guys. I don't ask much from you, but what I would really super love is a like. So every time you come to my channel, there are 3 dots on the screen. And some of y'all watch me on television, and I don't know how to do it on television. What kind of channel is this, ma'am? This is a life channel. We talk about narcissists and empath. We talk about building a wonderful life. What's up, Miss Lives? How you doing? So did you and Q make up? She is returning to Nigeria, and you're not in jail. Go figure. Good morning. That is so funny. Thank you, 99. Sophia, people of the stage. Your father is a narcissist. Yeah, so you certainly want to stick around. My name is Bench Yumu. Good morning, guys. Y'all don't forget to thumbs up the live. It is important. I hope you guys had a good night rest. I hope your cortisol levels are down, and I hope that you are loving life, and I hope that you are manifesting the life that you want, because you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it, okay? If nobody ever told you, say that you deserve what you want out of this life, because we're on a life lease, okay? You did not come here by happenstance. You chose to come into this life, okay? And I don't want you to forget all of the things that you wanted to experience while coming here, so make sure you do that. So we're going to get into the morning song, because Cheryl Grabowski is quite the songbird. So good morning. Da, 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 da. Good morning. Da, 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 da. Good morning. Good morning. Do, 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 do. Good morning. Da, 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 da. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. We'll sing it again in a minute, because we are early. Normally we're here at 11 o'clock. But listen, I want to talk today about being an empath, being able to feel other people's emotions, knowing emotionally what other people go through. Good morning, David, and good morning, Mac. Good morning. Knowing emotionally what other people are going through and how they feel. That is the gist of being an empath. Wheelchair Wilma. Hey, Nina, how you doing? That is the gist of being an empath. Being able emotionally to know what other people are going through. That's where the empathy comes in. That is why most of the time we attract narcissists. So somebody say, well, Cheryl Grabowski, what is a narcissist? Well, a narcissist is a very selfish ass person. It's somebody who's critically selfish, and the only person that they care about is themselves. Well, the empath is the complete opposite. They are the person who don't care much about themselves. They care more about others. You have opened my eyes to Q and her narcissistic personality, and her sister makes me nauseated. Lady lately 40 says, what's up, Poopy Pie? Hello, I'm new, but I'm going to subscribe. Hope you see this. Thank you, the cupcake artist, especially with a psychic that pulls on my energy, an energy vampire. Cheryl asked that no one gets blocked at the moment. Right, no blocking. Thank you. Okay, so the empath is completely opposite of the narcissist. The empath gives, overgives, people-pleasing, codependent a lot of times, and able to feel other people's emotions. Now, when it comes to the narcissist in your life, The empath being able to feel emotionally who and what that person is, and being able to feel the narcissist's loneliness, the narcissist's despair. The narcissist, they feel sorry for the narc because the narc is a sad thing. The narc is a damn soul. The narc is an underdeveloped child inwardly. The narc never grew past 8 years old. The narc never grew past 8 years old. So the empath feels that sympathy and empathy for this broken person. Panda says, Cheryl, that's a great way to look at it. Thank you so much. Because, yeah, so we're teaching this morning. So this is the draw, because I feel like narcissists make empaths. The narcissistic parent makes an empath. That's true. A lot of times the narc's victim develops a second awareness to the narc's emotions and tries to regulate the emotions of the narc, just like they did when they were children in a romantic relationship. The narcissistic parent abuses the child so much, right? And so the child has to cater to the parent emotionally to keep the parent regulated, right? So when then they leave the parent's house and they draw the narcissistic lover or person in an intimate relationship, then they take on the same role with that narc. So you're absolutely right. Inwardly, they know that the narc is in a bad situation. And the empath has traits like honesty and loyalty. And once the empath connects to the narcissist, that's their narc. That's how I was about my first husband. Do you understand? So they take all of their traits and all of the giving and everything that they have within them to give it to this person. They're not doing it conscious wise. They're really doing it subconscious. It's a subconscious thing. And they don't understand that the draw and the connection and the cord and the bond is so tight between the empath and their narcissist that is darn near impossible to break. It's almost like a one cord you could break, a two cord thing you can snap it, but if you take 3 cords and put them together, it's going to be impossible to break it almost. Could those narc ways be in everyone? No, we're not talking about narcissistic people. We're talking about people with MPD. And no, everybody does not have narcissistic personality disorder. It is a disorder of the personality and a mental illness. So that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about narcissistic traits. And the empaths intuitively try to soothe and remedy that and can lead to people pleasing. Will lead to people pleasing. The empath will absolutely lead to people pleasing. But again, if we go back to the beginning, when the empath was in that home with those parents, that's what you can imagine. Children that are used to trying to cater to the parent to keep the parent calm down. And it's so sad because children should never be in that position, but children are in that position when they have a parent who has NPD. Do y'all get me? Are y'all following me? And Mr. Z says, yes, I'm all ears. Yes. So that's what makes the empath. Being in the home, being raised by the narcissist, and then they have to turn on their empathetic traits in order to regulate as a child the narcissistic, highly narcissistic, argumentative, selfish ass, undeveloped parent. Well, when that child goes outside of that home and finds this narcissistic person, because they don't even have to find a narcissistic person, they're going to find them. The draw and the attraction between the narcissist and the empath is amazing, really. It's crazy. Somebody told a story, said if you're in a club And the narcissist is all the way at the back of the club. You got all the people in the middle in the club. They're drinking, music is playing. The empath walks in the front door, and by the time the club situation is over, they're together. It's like a magnet. Thank you. We're like magnets. Yes. They're going to connect inside of that place. They're going to connect. Y'all don't forget to thumbs up the like. Okay? And so the empath and the narcissist are together. It's almost like how they do in the movies when they see a vampire in his prey. The beautiful young librarian woman, girl, or young lady, and here comes the vampire. That's the narcissist and the empath. Okay? And once the vampire bites her, then they are a unit. Narcissistic personality disorder. Yes. We're talking about narcissistic personality disorder. We're talking about, but where we're going is we're going to talk about, I got to talk to you empaths about going into your dark side. The reason why the empath has to go into their dark side is because in the dark side, you got to cut off your empathetic traits. You got to cut them off. Okay? Because in order for you to survive and to break that magnetizing draw that you have with the narcissist, which is an addiction, it's an addiction. Your love that you have for the narcissist is real. The love that they have for you is non-existent. But you're also addicted because this relationship between you and the narc is just like what it looked like a lot of times in your family dynamic, whether you have consciously made that connection or not. Like, you know, when your brain can feel someone looking at you, it's like they can just sense the vulnerability. And the sensing of the vulnerability is part of their childhood issue or trauma with the big T. See what I'm saying? That's how it was with me and my first husband. I mean, he just knew how to exploit and manipulate me. He just knew how. He did. I remember, though, when he would watch me and my brothers and the way that I interact with inside of my household, he would just watch me be so, like, loving and enduring to them, and it was just something that he wanted and something that he could utilize. And he saw me early. We were children. The highs and the lows of the relationship can also be addictive because the intense adrenaline and dopamine of the fight make up cycle, and that is how the addiction is caused. The addiction is so real between the empath and the narcissist. It's just as intense as alcohol addiction, drug addiction, or even sex addiction. I think it's worse. I really do. I think it's worse, them highs and lows, that back and forth. But all of it reminds you, if you can remember, if you can think about it conscious-wise, it's sort of like a picture of the childhood. That's what's going on. What's up, Cosmic Queen? Hello. I would like for you guys to stick around this morning and staying alive as long as you can, okay? Because it really helps the channel. I know y'all want to stream, but stream later on. Don't stream right now. And I'm coming back a little bit later in the subscriber mode only to do some more teaching. What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Now, empaths in your dark side. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. Tell you right now. You got to turn your empathy off. Some of y'all are saying, Cheryl, but why? Why do I have to turn my empathy off? Because your empathy is what's keeping you in the situation. Your empathy is why you endure the abuse. That's why. Because when your narcissists apologize, and when they sound pitiful, and when they try to beg you back, then your empathy is what destroys you, because they'll end up lighting you on fire to keep themselves warm if you let them. That's why they'll destroy you. That's why. You've got to turn the empathy off. You've got to get into your dark side and say, there, no. I understand that you're hurt. I understand that you're abused. I understand that your mama and your daddy did these things to you. As an empath, we are saying those things were done to us too. We were in a toxic situation as well. We were in survival mode too. But we've got to turn our empathy off, and you've got to go seek your healing. Because it's not our job to do that. And I will die on this hill, but an apology is only valid if followed by change behavior and poopy pie, exactly. And that change behavior has to be over years. Don't come bringing me no roses. Don't come finally saying to me, you're going to take me to the beach. Don't do that. I don't want it. I don't want to go to the beach with you. I don't want the roses. No. Ain't no need for you to call my parents. Ain't no need for you to call my best friend. Ain't no need for you to have me this elaborate birthday party. I don't want it. You need to go seek out your healing. And then I need to see you doing that for 3 to 4 or 5 years before I even consider even having anything to do with you. You see what I'm saying? All of this survival that we talk about, and these boundaries that we talk about, I want to talk about the dark side. I want to talk about you learning how to be selfish for the first time in your life, and you learning how to not care about what other people think about you. And I want you to learn about not trying to prove to anyone that you're a good person. Good morning, Chef Dennis. I don't want you to prove to anyone or feel like you got to prove to anyone you're a good person. The very fact that your narcissist chose you should let you know that you're a good person. Because they don't choose anything for a main supply. They have to have a good person. They're not going to be dealing with people that are like them. Not in an intimate relationship, because they need to project their anger and all that nasty stuff from the childhood. They need to be able to give it to you. They need to be able to blame you for everything that goes wrong. And they know that you will take it on. You will say, well, oh, maybe I did that. Well, maybe that is my fault. They know you'll question yourself because you don't have a strong sense of self, right? Because we're overgiving, we're codependent, we're people pleasing, we're doing too much. We're trying to prove that we're good. You don't need to, excuse me, y'all. You don't need to prove that you're good. What's up, Jerry? You just need to be okay with being human. You need to be okay with just being human, because you're not perfect and you'll never be perfect. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We'll never be perfect. Don't worry about what people think about you when you decide that you're going to get rid of your narcissist. Do you remember the scene in the movie, it was 2 movies, with Tina Turner? Her mother told the narcissist where she was when she tried to escape. Do you remember that? And then in Waiting to Exhale, Whitney Houston's mom told her narcissist where she was. And then she also, so it was both Tina Turner and Whitney Houston's character in that movie. Their mothers told them that those were good men because their mothers were from a different generation. Their mothers didn't understand because they were accustomed to the abuse. And that's how it is in our day and time. We got best friends, we got mothers, we got even pastors that tell you to stay in these toxic relationships. You are getting your advice from the wrong people. Your best friend and your mother could be advising you wrong. We have one topic today, y'all. We can talk about some other things later on in the live. You got to go with the flow. Good morning, Daisy. Y'all got to learn how to flow with the stream. Okay? You are listening, could be listening to the empath. That's who I'm talking to. You could be listening to the wrong person telling you to endure this hardness and as a good soldier in this toxic relationship, because after a while God is going to change your narcissist. Cheryl Grabowski is telling you there will be no change. And if they do look like they are changing, they'll revert back to their old ways. It will not last. It will not last. There's no way. It will not. I'm telling you right now. So if you're thinking about healing, because you do have healing power, you do have healing virtue, you do have those things. You were sent in this world for your light work, your goodness, your good vibes, your morals and values that you were born with, and it did not come from, thank you so much. Who is that? Sandy. Hey, don't spam the chat, baby. Don't spam the chat. Okay? So you were born into this world with good traits. You were born in this world with good traits. And so a lot of times people around you really is what caused you to be toxic. Don't spam the chat, okay? All right, let's go. People in this world cause you to be toxic. And they mess with your goodness. They teach you bad things. A lot of this bad stuff, y'all, a lot of this stuff that we deal with, narcissistic people, not people with MPD though, we put them to the side, but empaths and narcissistic people, yeah, empaths and narcissistic people got to be taught how to, narcissistic people can go into therapy and get help from a therapist. Narcissists are not going to do that. People with MPD are not going to do that. Okay? People with MPD are not going to do that. They're not going to therapy. They're going to grab their Bible. Let me say that again. Narcissists are not going into therapy. They're going to grab their Bibles. Let me say it one more time. Narcissists, no, not narcissists. Get it right, Cheryl. Get it right. People with MPD, narcissistic personality disorder, are not going to therapy. What's up, Hammer? Good morning. They are going to grab their Bibles. Now, people with narcissistic traits can go into therapy, okay? Because I called one day. Because I noticed some patterns in my life, right? Nobody told me to call. I called on my own. People with NPD are not going to go into therapy because they think that they're perfect. And they don't know and will not acknowledge that there's something wrong with them. You see what I'm saying? They won't. So, empaths need a coach. Good morning, Link. How you doing? Empaths need a coach. You know why? Because empaths got to be told, like Cheryl Grabowski is telling y'all this morning, that your empathy is the thing that's keeping you from evolving in this life. Your empathy is the thing that's keeping you serving others, those people that cannot be healed. Your empathy, your empathetic traits are keeping you in a toxic situation with these narcissistic or people with NPD. And you got to turn it off. You got to turn it off. You got to turn those traits off. Okay? And it is what it is. See, a lot of people nowadays, NPD is an epidemic. We already live in the United States. We already live in a very narcissistic society. It's true. Selfish as hell, cannot take accountability, and use people for everything instead of you working for what you want, right? And not trying to steal other folks' stuff. It's a sad thing when a man or a woman chooses a spouse, or then it's not a spouse, but when they choose you because of your assets. Two ways, not just your assets, but your personality traits, your morals and your values, and then what you own and possess. Instead of choosing you because they love you and they want to build a real life. Narcissistic traits are celebrated, and sense of community is at an all-time low. Now I don't know what you guys watch or whatever, what y'all pay attention to, but I'm finding people from all over the world who are teaching about narcissism. And empaths are coming together. And folks are learning how to manifest and to live the life that they want, and to make sure that they keep toxic, exploitative people on the outside and use those boundaries to push them back. You know what I mean? One of the things I'm going to say, it's sad when people choose you, again, for what you have. They want to use you. Nobody has the time within the current economic conditions to raise and nurture a child. What do you mean by that? Are you calling narcissists children? Because they are. I remember raising my 4 children, but I had 5 because the husband was a child too. Because when you cannot be accountable, when you can't never do stuff right, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. When you can't be responsible, it's just like, no. Economy is tough, I agree. Yeah. But living with a narcissist is tougher. Okay? I'd rather pay all my bills alone than to be in a relationship with a dead or walking dead. And that's what I call them. I call them walking dead. They are walking dead people. And then on top of all of that, they're very pessimistic. Oh my God, I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I literally will, I'm willing, and so many other women that I've met, and some men, not just women, but men, are willing to be single for the rest of their lives than to have a walking dead in your relationship. to have someone who you can't trust when you turn your back. Like, you can't trust them. We're not talking about different types of narcissists today. We're only talking about people with NPD. There are different narcissists, absolutely. People with NPD and people being in a relationship, empaths being in a relationship with them, and how empaths need to turn that empathy off and choose themselves. There are still plenty of situations where parents will put their own needs ahead of their child's because narcissistic tendencies, no clothes for the kids, but have their hair and nails done. Yes, that is really, really narcissistic. Hey, Hillbilly, I didn't know you were in here. That is very narcissistic. That's why I have raised mine on my own for the last 13 years. We were married, been single for 2 years. I can't bring myself to be involved with anyone because of it. So I get it. Yes. Yes. You don't want, I'm telling you, you can live a happy, beautiful life eating what you want, going where you want, doing what you want, making yourself happy instead of letting someone suck the life out of you. An adult, not a child, but an adult. My mother is one. It took me years to figure it out because they are slick. Yes, they are. They are very slick. So yeah, we're choosing ourselves. And today I'm just saying, for someone, like some people say, well, Cheryl Grabowski, you're selfish. That's a compliment to me because for most of my life, I've been a chronic people pleaser. Just a damn doormat. Just loving people who didn't deserve my love. Yes, narc families, I mean, parents are hard to figure out conscious wise, but your body knows the whole time. Your body knows the whole time. Narc parents, I tell you, it's just something else to deal with narc parents. It really is because it's one of the saddest situations ever. And in order for you to deal with your narc parent, in order for you to deal with your narc parent, again, you got to turn your empathy off because that's your parent. And it's hard. These are things that I'm telling you guys that I've done in my lifetime. And you might have to do it. You could have a group of people saying, and that is dark. That is kind of dark for you to cut your parent off, for you to go away and said, I'm not going to deal with you until this behavior stops. I choose myself. I don't owe you to be lied to, gaslit, and manipulated and talked to like a dog. Turning off empathy is different from reasoning out why you shouldn't fall for a trap. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, so yeah, so you have to turn your empathy off. That's true. That uneasy feeling that families shouldn't feel like this every time the boundaries are overstepped or they test you was there since childhood. I never felt truly safe around them one-on-one. Right. Your body will let you know. Your body will let you know. Your body is letting you, your body communicates with you no matter what. Okay? Because you are not your body. You are consciousness. You are not your brain. This is your earth ship. This is the thing that comes from the earth and the cosmos. The body is composed of energy and flesh and bone. So you're from the cosmos, you're made up of the cosmos, and you're made up of the earth. So the body is accurate. Just like the tree do what it's supposed to do, the lion does what it's supposed to do, the body does what it's supposed to do. Okay? The oceans do what they're supposed to do, and the land, and the trees, and the animals. Everything is in synchronicity. Okay, your body is warning you. Your mind is the thing that needs to be dealt with. Your mind is the thing that needs to be dealt with. Okay? Because people tell you, oh, don't disrespect your parents so that your days might be younger on this earth. Well, my parents tried to unalive me. And my parent may have been planning to do the most terrible things to me, but I'm supposed to, because of what you said that somebody else wrote somewhere, I'm supposed to pay attention to that. My body is telling me to get away from here. My body is telling me it needs for me to survive and choose itself over that thing that you just told me. So which way? Your logic will mess you up. Listen to what your body say. I have creative ways that have outsmarted the narcissist, because you need them to know how insecure and small they are, become powerful, and put the spotlight on them so everyone sees their true colors. I understand that, Matt. Trust me. I'm doing that here in the YouTube street right now. So I understand that. But really, I'm talking about, today, this morning, I'm talking about relationships. You know, because we choose our lovers and our husbands, our spouses. We're choosing that. And when the empath meets the narcissist, their body is warning them that this person is doing what it's supposed to do, but we don't listen to it. When you're stressed out, when you are feeling anxious and anxiety, when you're losing weight and your hair falling out, the body is talking to you. It's telling you, I need you to do something other than what you're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the body is always communicating with you. We've been taught not to communicate with it. We've been taught not to listen to our bodies. We've been taught to listen to what other people say and to listen to what other people have wrote, instead of listening to your own system that you were put into to navigate in this world. Do you understand what I'm saying? During the worst of it, I had seizures from stress and sleep deprivation. Listen to your body, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I know. I know this young lady who's in a marriage, poopy pie, with this narcissist. This girl ain't never had seizures in her life. She never had seizures. The doctor told her her seizures were caused due to stress, and she was having seizures in the salon. And girl, I'm talking about, it was the scariest thing. And she had been in a relationship with a narcissist at that point over 25 years with his cheating ass, with his lying, gaslighting ass. This is my thing to the narcissist, and I didn't even know I was going to say this, but I'm getting ready to say it. I'm getting ready to say that. Why do you need a main supply? Thank you, Queen. Why do you just be single? You can't be committed anyway. You're not going to not cheat. You feel like you're entitled to and who you want. So do that. Do it. Do it. Leave the main supply alone. Leave the main supply alone. Do it. Suck and who you want. Because they have to have the validation that they are lovable. They are not lovable. You use a person because you want validation with no reciprocal energy. You cannot reciprocate that love back to them, which they give to you. And then when they get you in an intimate relationship, they don't want to validate you anymore. They want to put you in the devalue stage and hurt you because they're really trying to hurt the parent. Why don't you just be single? Why don't you just be like the vampire? He knows that he's a vampire. He knows that. The sophisticated vampires goes to the blood bank. Why don't you just be single and be a whore? And just let them know that you're a whore. Just whore. Do it all you want to. Do it until you can't do it anymore. I'm telling you, whore till you die. But leave the intimate partner alone. It's like they let all the intrusive thoughts win, I swear. It is sad. It is so sad. Just be a whore. It's so annoying. Like I did a video for Facebook years ago, and I was just like, just be a whore. Leave that intimate partner alone. This is what they do, though. And women are narcissists, too. Women have NPD, y'all. So when I say this, I'm not just talking about men. I'm talking about women that are narcissists, too. Okay? I just want to, for clarification. Now, listen. They want to have a wife who is, maybe she's a career woman or maybe she's not. Maybe she's attractive, maybe she's not. But she's at the house where he could get seg when he wants it, when he's not segging his other ones. She's there cooking. She's there cleaning. What's up, Caribou? She's in there making sure that his birthdays are taken care of, making sure he has the image of an upstanding citizen, because you know the facade and the image is important. Well, guess what? I'm a grown man, and grown men have wives. Grown men have cars. Grown men have jobs. So I have my good job. I have my car. I have my house. I got to go get me a wife. She's a life prop. She's a life prop. She's not a real person. Because when I get her, I'm not going to love her anyway. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be lonely. She's going to be alone, and she's going to be lonely inside the relationship because I'm not real. Like, I'm not a real person. I don't have any empathy. I won't be able to meet her emotionally. I won't even know when something emotionally is off with her because I'm more like a robot. Now, my cognitive empathy might help me some, but I'm not going to be there with her and be present with her. There's no way. I don't know how to do that. If you walk your butt down the aisle, and if you marry one of these machines, you will pay for it. You will pay for it. I don't care if you have educated yourself about narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. I don't care if you've studied under the most wonderful leaders of narcissism. You're going to pay for it. In the worst way. Now, because if your narcissist is a cheater, and you, say for instance, you look at his phone record. Say for instance, you track his car. You put a tracker underneath the car and all of that. Why are you doing that? Why do you want to work that hard? Why don't you just find somebody who has an internal GPS of morals and values that you don't have? Like, nobody has to put a GPS on my car. I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm not going to cheat on you. My internal GPS won't allow me to do that. You will always lose. I watched my mom try for years. That I can fix him mentality. LOL. Yes, Poopy Pie. You can't fix him. You can't fix her. She's not fixable. You can't fix it. Um, yeah, because another thing, not just the cheating though, but the smear campaign. You could be the worst woman. Women that go above and beyond for a man without reciprocation can end up bitter or overly cautious in the next relationship. Yes. And that's why when we come out of these relationships with narcissists, you've got to go into recovery. Hillbilly say, I agree. I've been there, Cheryl. Exactly. They do the smear campaign on you. They tell everybody every kind of lie that their narcissistic brain can make up. You know what I'm saying? They do that triangulation. This is the thing about the narcissist. One of the worst things that I hate about the narcissist is the triangulation. When they tell the other person that this other person that they are sagging and that they are in a relationship with, they make this new person feel sorry for them. They tell this new person their wife don't cook, their wife don't clean, she don't do nothing, she don't sag with them. You tell the new person that you there for Valentine's, for Christmas, you just took on 3 elaborate vacations and she ain't worth a flip. But you're really trying to seduce the new person and trying to get them emotionally attached so you can go on second with them. But you just created a triangle. It happens to men as well. Yes, of course. We don't pick on men over here. Y'all know we loves the men's. And some of the men have been in these same type of relationship. Ain't nothing. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm tell you something that I know. I've been around way more narcissist female than men. That's my personal experience, though. I've had it happen once. You help some of them out with money. Then when the money slows down, they go ballistically crazy. Ooh, ain't that terrible? Where their damn money at? Where's their money? Now this is on a personal note, y'all, because some of y'all might not be like that. So this is just on a personal note. I have to have my own shit. I can't. No. I just don't. It don't feel authentic to me for you to completely take care of me. I don't like that. What's up, Mark? How you doing? I don't. Thank you, Jake. I don't like that. I don't want you to take care of me completely. I don't know. Maybe it's part of my trauma response. I don't know, but I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel safe. When I was married to my second husband, I never liked that. I love self-sufficiency. Me too. 60-40. That would be nice. I like that, Mark. 60-40. My ex-husband took care of everything. I never liked that. It didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel right to me. I used to talk to my mama all the time, and she said, what is your problem? You don't like feeling like her bank. What is her, she said, what is your problem? The first husband did hardly do nothing for you. The second husband did everything. And why is that a problem? Mama, I don't want that. I wanted a partnership. I'm an adult. I've always worked since I was like 11, 12 years old. I don't want that. I didn't like it. But I couldn't speak out though, because my codependency and it was just severe. My people pleasing, it was severe. Headed back to the laptop. Okay, baby. I gotta say, Cheryl, you really are beautiful. Thank you, Hillbilly J. Black Queen, marriage isn't a financial contract. Right. I didn't like that. It felt really inauthentic, and in a way, I don't know how to explain it, but it kept me from feeling like my best self. You know, some women love it. Shira7 here on YouTube, she teaches that 1000%. And she teach women not to love men. She teach women not to look for a man who's attractive. She wants you to find an older, preferably ugly, rich man to take care of everything for you. And it's a no. I can't do that. I can't do that either. I can't do that. My internal GPS won't allow it. Now, Shira is a known psychopath. She tells everybody that she's a psychopath. She does. And she's very successful, and she's beautiful. And she teaches women to walk men like a dog. She does. Her following is huge. and they are walking men like a dog. I think part of the reason why Shira does that because somebody walked her like a dog maybe once. And after she was walked, she probably decided she'd never walk like a dog again. What's up, Curtis Jeffrey? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. We're talking about narcissists this morning. We're talking about empaths learning how to be dark, turn their empathy off when it comes to toxic relationships and family members. Yes. You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Wow. That's interesting, Poopy Pie. That is interesting. That's interesting. I want to. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning. I've been a nasty girl. I've been a nasty girl. Jelly beans. Goodbye. I've been a nasty girl. I've been a nasty. I did that. If somebody gonna match my. Exactly. I'm about to get my adult bib on Cheryl. Hillbilly J, good morning. Yes, so the empath. You empath, y'all listen to me because I talk to y'all, some of you guys very much. I know 1000% that she's an empath. Listen, I need y'all to get over your complex of being just as cold as the narcissist, because you know for sure that you can do that. Sure that you can do that. Can you see me now? You know that you can do that. Please explain more. All right. I said earlier that the empath and the narcissist were cooked in the same pot. They're one and the same. Okay? They're both codependent. The narcissist is codependent too. He's codependent on supply. The empath is codependent too, because the empath needs validation from the narcissist. Now, the empath is a chronic people pleaser. They love everybody else and they harm themselves by overextending. The narcissist is the taker, the receiver, just receives all of the goodness that the empath has, but they both are one and the same. Do you understand? They both come through and they both are trauma response. The empath knows how to be as toxic and as terrible as the narcissist, but you don't want to do that. I'm only talking to empaths right now. You guys don't want to do it. You don't want to be looked at as bad. You want to be looked at as a good person. You know what it's like to be hurt. You know what it's like to be mean. You know what it's like to be selfish. You know how to pitch your tent in hell. You know. I want y'all to stop acting like you don't know. You know everything about the narcissist. We are one and the same. A lot of people don't teach about this because they don't like to. They don't want to tell the truth on all different parts of it. The empath and the narcissist themselves, is both of them is a trauma response to abuse and neglect. We know each other. That's how we end up with them. You don't want to talk about your dark side, but you have one. Okay, Zach? Yes, you have one. It comes a day and a time. I remember when I told y'all the story yesterday of when I prayed in the closet. I don't like that side of me, Amy says. But Amy, you know that it's there. It's there. The narcissist is going to, and the narc knows that it's there. Now, I don't like to talk about this, but we're going there this morning. The narc can see your bad side. They know that you have it as well. Don't know how they know, but they know, right? You don't want to show it. You want to be good. You want to be good because you know what it's like to be treated bad. So you want to be good and you want to treat this person good. But this person is saying to you, you are bad too, just like me. And I'm going to with you until you fight me back. Oh my God. Ooh, whoa. A lot of people don't want to deal with this, but Cheryl going there. Cheryl is going there. You don't want to fight me back. I will do this to you until you make me stop. They use that compassion of being misunderstood against the empath so heavy. Yes, they do, Poopy Pie. He purposefully takes it out on me. It almost like he wants me to feel at his level because he can't move up to mine. But what I'm telling you today is that you and the narc are one and the same. That's the other side. You don't just have empathy. You can be dark too. That's what we're talking about this morning. We talk about the pain that we endure from our narcissists. We talk about the neglect that we endure from our narcissists is very much like some of the things that we experience in our childhood, right? We talk about that. But what I'm telling y'all this morning is that we're not children anymore. We're grown. I'm a grown-ass woman. Once they see you activate that backbone, bite, and embrace the duality of the being of the empath, it allows you to stop being taken advantage of. Whoa, Poopy Pie, you better come through this morning. I feel chills up and down my spine. Because they know you better than you think that they do. Somebody said, well, Cheryl Grabowski, I'm not bad. I'm good. I'm an empath. You are good. But there's a duality there too. The way that, don't you remember how you became an empath? Did you forget? No, we're not kicking anybody out today. I'll kick out if I need to. I don't want the mods to do that. We're streaming. People have got to learn that they cannot get a reaction out of you just because they press or write something in your chat. You see what I'm saying? We are not fragile. We are army over here. Duality isn't a bad thing or something to be feared. We have the same thoughts, but have the enlightenment to know right from wrong. Yes, we do. And, Poopy Pie, there is a time where you've got to explore your darkness and use it at the appropriate time. because we're not victims. You suffer from being a seer and an empath. Why? Just embrace it. Just embrace it. Good morning, big dog. Don't act on that impulsivity, but calculate strikes for defense against toxicity. Doesn't make you bad. It makes you strong. Okay? Yeah. Cheryl Grabowski, the narc slayer. Boop, 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 boop. That's what it makes you. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it a lot more about that dark side. Because you got to know, number one, that you have it. And number two, how to use it. Yes, Sally, you are empath, but you have another side. A lot of people don't teach on it. They try to stay away from it, but it's a fact. There is a duality there. Okay? What's up, Lane 9? So, Cheryl, I got to let this narc know I'm not playing no games with him, correct? Yes. Yes. Who is the dark one? We're not talking about the dark one. We're talking about you. Yes, you can share your story. Yeah. We're not talking about the dark one. Everybody has a dark side. Mm-hmm. Ooh, child, you can't understand everything that be going on in this chat, honey. It be so much going on. Y'all, I love this lip color, honey, but it is messy. Mm-hmm. You have a dark side. Embrace it. Mm-hmm. Because the narc, I'm going to describe what I realized the narc was, even if it involves rope and cuffs. Jamisha, what's up? The Grinch. I just figured out the narc is a coward for the most part. That's why my stepdad and I don't have a relationship. Mm-hmm. I understand that. You gotta cut. It doesn't matter what the title is to some of these people. It doesn't matter. Y'all better stop paying attention to titles. You know, titles: sister, brother, mother, father, auntie, grandma, cousin. Doesn't matter. If they're a toxic person, deal with it. Deal with it. If they're toxic, deal with it. I remember one day my son told me, he said, Mama, I don't have to put up with your shit. I was like, what? He said, no, I'm an adult. I don't have to come see you. I don't have to be around you. And it really like took the breath out of me because I stopped for a moment. I was like, and then he shut my door and he left. And I was like, he's right. He doesn't have to put up with me. He doesn't. Like, if I'm not being nice, if I'm being disrespectful, or if I'm being overbearing, and I make him feel like he's 15 years old now and he's not, he's 30 something, then I need to check myself. The narcissist is living without because they lack remorse, guilt, or sympathy or empathy. Yes, they lack those things, and all those things are, you have to have those things in order to maneuver in this world. You have to have that. You have to. Yeah, you have to have those type of traits You have to have those things, y'all. I tell you what. My journey, I've been on a journey. And I love what I do. I used to be a minister, but the church wasn't the proper place for me. I was too much of a realist, like I am now. I like my own language. They were too, to me, just too concerned with other people thought. There was a lot of masking in the church, and I just couldn't be authentic and really deal with life being associated with the church, because it was too it was just too fixed up. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, it was too fixed up. So I just couldn't. It just wasn't a good place. And so I'm here on YouTube. Thank you, Zach. Please do share with your mom and tell her I said hello. And when she comes in, let her ask her to let me know that she's your mother. Okay? I've been on a journey. I didn't even know what a narcissist was. Most people don't. I didn't even realize that my childhood was that toxic. I didn't understand the impact of how I was impacted about, from growing up in such a toxic environment. How that would shape my personality and cause so many different fears, and the underdevelopment of the self, and become a people-pleasing, chronic, codependent, plus an imp. I didn't know all of these things. I went to church. I learned about God and the Holy Spirit and the apostles and the kings and the prophets, the major and minor. I learned about self-love and self-help. And all of those things provided uh, a layer of a better life for me, but nothing impacted me as much as learning about my inner world. I use my empath skills to help be a better therapist. Oh, you're a therapist. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing, being an empath and being a therapist, because I feel like a lot of them are narcissists and they are dangerous. It took me until 26 to even remember parts of my childhood. I really thought that was normal until I started talking to others more. Me too, Poopy Pie. It is normal for us. Why wouldn't it be normal? Because that's what we know, right? It was normal. And that's the sad part about it, because it becomes our reality. You think that Dr. Phil is a narcissist? Why? We learn so much from Dr. Phil. We learn so much from Oprah and Dr. Phil. I mean, because she put him on. You know what I mean? So, and I used to watch their shows too, not understanding the time. The middle son was 14, so the oldest one 14, 15, 16, 17. And I called a therapist to talk to her about possibly setting up some sessions for my sons. And so after she did her assessment, she told me, she said, your sons will suffer. And I said, why do you say that? She said, if what you just told me, they will suffer upwards of 40 years old. And she didn't lie, because my oldest son he's 36. Your daughter saw Dr. Phil in person? Yeah, you empaths, y'all got to learn about your dark side. Y'all need some shadow work. Good morning. I fell into a coma and died. I saw the actual afterlife when I came back to life. I started healing people who have psychogenic non-epileptic seizures due to trauma, stress, and anxiety. Hey, what a wonderful calling. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. Jonathan, thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Good morning. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and I'm a survivor of narcissistic abuse. I talk about toxic relationships. I talk about childhood. This is a life channel for sure. I share a lot of my life here on YouTube. She said behind the scenes and cameras, he treats his wife bad. I heard about that, Hillbilly Joe. Jay, I heard about that. What's up, Noreen, this morning? Good morning. You guys are coming in. Can y'all, don't forget to thumbs up the live, y'all. She said it totally changed her outlook in life. But listen, so what did she say he did to his wife? Because I heard that he treats her bad. I do. But I tell you what, he's a very, very, very knowledgeable man on mental illness. Okay? And we talk about mental illness here a lot in my live stream, because that's my life. Jay, I heard that too. Yeah, I wonder what he did to her. I heard he treated the first wife not the best, but treats Robin fine. Well, I mean, shit. I mean, I've been married twice. You know what I mean? So that doesn't mean that. Telling her what to do. Do suppressed memories come back? I had that problem as a kid and selectively remember my childhood. Look, I've heard a lot of people say that. I just talked to someone the other day that said that they forgot their childhood and always wondered why. I was 16 when it happened in front of my family, and I forgot a whole day. Wow. I talked to someone who forgot, who had memories and visions after she started tapping and doing deep work. Then she saw where her grandfather had put his hands in private places many a times, and her dad. My sister abused me growing up, and she is a true narcissist. So I became an expert before I even knew that was a word for it. Me too, Sally. Me too. Because I've lived a life. And Sally, I can't tell these people here on YouTube enough, especially the African American women who are my age and older, that I'm qualified to have these talks about narcissists and narcissism, because this is my life. Do you not understand that? And as I share my life, I share the information. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard of. It's so crazy. That's why the kids from the first wife aren't around like the other kids. He's talked about it before, and he said he was immature and grew. So I wonder, does he identify as a self-aware narcissist? Or was he just a toxic person and selfish? You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You went through a program too, Zach. So did I. And it's called Change My Life for the Better. We all need programs, to be honest with you. My daughter happened to be sitting right where they come out on the TV set. Wow. I remember my repressed memories, the major event, not all the uncounted for times. That's that brain. But you know, the brain got it all, though. And I heard, my coach told me, if you do certain type of tapping and certain type of work, you go in access other parts of the brain, and it'll show you more if that need be. But the brain's job is to protect you. So it will store things and pack it away from your conscious mind. It will. I know that for sure. I know that for sure. Bosnian ape, thank you. Even though the largest trauma revelation was very shocking, deep down, I always had an inkling that the person who abused me did the thing. Oh my goodness. Confronting your fears We'll do Cheryl. Oh my God. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate you for being here. I really do. This is my life work, y'all. I love it, love it. This is not a hobby for me. This is a new pathway in my life. What's up, young Trilla? How you doing, boo? This is a new pathway. How do you identify narcissists? By narcissistic traits, darling, and by patterns and behavior and the reoccurrence of those patterns and behaviors over an extensive amount of time. Even when someone with NPD goes into therapy, the therapist or the coach has to deal with them for a while. Sure, I always told them, don't threaten me with a good time. What's up, Earl? How you doing? Good morning. Joe said, what's up, Oprah? Hello. Good morning. Y'all, we had a good live. We had a good live this morning. My thing is this. This is the takeaway for me. It's your life. Please don't give it to somebody else. It's awesome. Don't do that. It's awesome to see you share your journey. You are doing a good work. Thank you, Zach. I've been able to confront my abusers, and the closure from it made me feel so weightless. Ooh, that was wonderful. How did you do that, Poopy Pie? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people can't. Thank you, Missy Lou. A lot of people can't. I had a young lady who asked me one time, I did a Facebook Live and about an abuser. And she and I talked, and she said, will you confront my abuser for me? And I said, I can't do that. I said, you need to do it. I was never abused then. I would not have the knowledge that comes from experience to do what I do. I help people testify against their abuser, and it cures their seizures. See, listen to me. Listen, girl. All of that. And see, that's why I do what I do, because emotions, can you please attest to this? Sonya, listen, toxic emotions is what harms the body. And when it is stored, it's going to do severe damage. And your emotions and your feelings are everything. My God. You have to confront them. It was over the phone. One was my sister, the other was my grandmother. It was hard as hell, and I prayed for God to use me as a mouthpiece. You said it was hard as hell. Girl, I agree with you. When it never happened, it's easier to get over. Where is the proof? Confronting them is a dead end. You will never get closure from them. She confronted them. She said she confronted them, though. I had strong conversation with my mother. It helped me. I grew. I didn't argue her down, though. I just had to speak my truth. See what I'm saying? I have been in a narcissistic relationship for 3 years, and I finally walked away in October. I was getting in physically, mentally, emotionally, and verbally. Good for you. Noreen Walker, I was asking because I really want to know, can a person get tested for it? Tested for NPD? Yes. My sister admitted to it after giving a few details. She says sorry, and we had a talk about how she was abused, and I was able to forgive her because she was reenacting the trauma. Congratulations, Poopy Pie. You are so brave. I need to confront him. I wouldn't advise that right now, Sonya, because you're inside. Not now. That's my advice. Problem is, people don't know that the emotion they are feeling of toxic, because ego is at play. People don't know. People do know what they feel. There's no good men, but there are good men. Did he like them big? Let's see. All right, Poopy Pie. And my forgiveness was something she had been wanting for years. She didn't know if I remembered. She didn't want to bring it up and felt so guilty and was addicted to drugs, trying to soothe her guilt. Mm. Now she's doing a lot better with the addiction and in therapy. It's not a linear path, but definitely progress in the right direction. Wow. Okay, Noreen, see you later, boo. Surprisingly, she's the only family member I talk to because she's the only one who showed changed behavior. You got some really good boundaries, girl. Um, in the DSM-5, we no longer recognize multiple personality disorder. It's now called DID, dissociative identity disorder. Okay. Yes. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here this morning. Cheryl joined the friend panel tonight. Beauty's on a budget. We'd appreciate your presence. I didn't know you had a channel, Earl Sanders. My friend panel tonight at Beauty's on a budget. All right, let me write that down because I'll forget it. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Low key have thought I struggled with DID, but I'm unaware of my formed alters, but I do disassociate a lot. Welcome, Earl. That was a tongue twister. You're welcome. Okay, so Jabbar, let me advise you. There are certain personality types that a narcissist will not mess with at all. Now, I listen, y'all. I've been doing research for 5 years. Okay, so listen to what I tell you. And this might be the first time you've ever heard that because we've been hearing that narcissists are big bad monsters and everybody need to be afraid of them and you can't win. There are personality types that a narcissist can't do anything with. They demolish them. Do you understand me? So some people can confront narcissists, and some people will have narcissists on the ground. They will have them in a fetal position. They will be looking for their mamas and daddies with a bottle and a nipple in their mouth. Okay? I just want to let y'all know that. They cannot do these things to everybody. There is kryptonite for narcissists. I just want y'all to know that. Yes. 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 Sometimes they bite off more than they can chew. And sometimes they do not engage from the beginning because they know better. I've been around a lot of narcissists in my lifetime. People with MPD, both male and female. They know who to fuck with. Seriously. And that's the thing about them, y'all. They really do know who to mess with, though. They do. They choose their battles wisely. They do. I'm serious. All right? My whole family dislikes me. I'm that guy. I don't let them get to me. Hmm. They know who to bother with, for real, for real. I'm serious. I'm serious. Thanks. I need to hear that, but I have a child for her. I'm serious. And we're going to get into that too. We're going to get into the dark side. We're going to get into what personality types will have the narcissist in a fetal position. They had to do so many upgrades to the DSM, so that's why we are now on the 5th edition. Being gay is no longer considered to be a disorder, and nymphomania is no longer used as a general term. So the DSM is, so basically what Sally is saying, people are learning, and what they wrote before, they've learned better now. Do you understand? That's all she's saying. And the narcissist can be handled. The narcissist can be in a fetal position, broke down and scared to move. There is a such thing as called narcissistic mortification. Now, there's another content creator in this sector who stole that shit from me. Let me just be nice and say they borrow it. They just borrow from me all the time. Okay? What's up, Australia in the building? How you doing today? Australia. Boom, 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 boom. They borrow from the Grabowski. But yeah, narcissists, yeah, there's some personality types. They better keep moving, baby. Yeah. What does that say about me if they choose me to mess with? Ooh, Amy, you know what that say about you, girl? You know what they say. It's okay. Antisocial personality disorder is also really bad and similar to the narcissist. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all these things come about. Some partly genetic and environment. Y'all know. They know you are strong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. We had a wonderful morning session. This was we were certainly in teacher mode, and which I love because that's my purpose. That's why I came to YouTube. But I got some ribs in the oven, and so what I'm getting ready to do is fix some sides. You're welcome, Mark. I'm gonna fix some sides, and we're gonna have lunch. So lunch will be. We'll be doing a mukbang in 20 minutes. Thank you, Missy Lou, for sticking around. I'll see y'all later on today. Well, no, it ain't no later on today. Sonya, I'll see y'all in about 20 minutes. Thank you, Sonya. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, guys. Bye. 20 minutes, y'all. Got to fix some corn, white corn, and macaroni cheese. Okay.